If you're watching this, you're probably on the computer, unless that TV deal finally came through. People use computers for everything these days. They act as a substitute for televisions, telephones, and basic human interaction. But back in the Stone Age before the internet, gaming was the main thing to do on a computer. I guess you could type term papers or store recipes, but really that's about it. I had a Tandy 1000 in the 80s, not exactly a supercomputer. In fact, the only game I could ever get to work on it was Where in the U.S. is Carmen Sandiego. Yeah, U.S., not even the world. Since I had a Tandy and not a Commodore 64, I never had a chance to play Takedown by GameStar, released in 1988. Start the game and you're in the office of Bruno the Enforcer Squiglione, former wrestler and current GameStar Wrestling Association promoter. According to the manual, Bruno fell victim to way too many piledrivers in the ring. His brain got so banged up he can't decide what wrestlers to put on the next card. Jesus, that's pretty tragic. You know how sometimes sitcoms do an episode involving professional wrestling, and the gimmicks the writers come up with are always lame? Apparently those same people were involved in the programming of this game. We have the Ninja, the Sultan, Sea Dog, Ironhead, Sergeant Slam, Viking, Tomahawk, and Hulk Hogan ripoff Mr. Cool. Yes, Mr. Cool. When you select a wrestler, they have a little audio clip. Some of them I can make out, but a lot of them are just white noise.
I chop you to pieces. I'm invincible. You're next, pal. I'm Ironhead.
Why is it when you scroll over a wrestler's name, Bruno says they haven't seen much action yet? What does that mean? Are they rookies? Were they hurt? Relegated to the GWA equivalent of superstars? But given Bruno's apparent massive head trauma, we'll give him a pass on this one. The game is based on tag teams. Instead of picking both your wrestlers first, you and the computer alternate. It's strange in that if you want to put together an Ironhead Mr. Cool tandem, there's a chance it might not happen, and you're stuck with Sergeant Slam instead. Once you pick your team, you're off to the match. Look at the crowd. I've heard of moving spectators to one side of the arena to make it look full, but I think it's supposed to be on the side opposite the hard camera. Graphics are okay, but well behind what the NES could do in the same time frame. I'm guessing they blew their sound budget on the wrestler audio clips. This wrestler takedown sounds like an old Atari game. The biggest problem is the controls. You only had a joystick and one button to work with, so pulling off moves can be a challenge. You basically try to grab your opponent to do a maneuver. Strangely, if you fail to grab your opponent, your wrestler will still do the move. If you whiff on a piledriver attempt, your wrestler will jump in the air and land on his butt. Plus the wrestlers just move so slowly, you can't even run in the game. It would be like playing that Legends of WrestleMania game, only if they gave the characters their athletic prowess of today instead of 25 years ago. The wrestlers not in the ring aren't on the apron, but rather on the floor where they fight each other, supposedly. No one takes any damage. These men clearly made the right choice in going into pro wrestling and not MMA, which didn't technically exist back then. Maybe the strangest thing is that the wrestlers count their own pinfalls. What, the GWA couldn't spring for Bryce Rumsberg? I don't know if going on the honor system is really the best way to decide wins and losses.
His nose again! What, it was 3? Wow.
Thankfully, you can't go outside the ring. Since both wrestlers are on the floor, who does a 10 count? Anyway, you win the match and you're the champs. There you go, game beat, and thanks for playing. Since there are 6 other wrestlers besides the 2 you choose, why not beat 3 tag teams to win the title? There actually are some Commodore 64 games on the Wii Virtual Console, but Takedown isn't one of them. It's no big loss. I will give the game credit, it's not nearly as batshit crazy as some other C64 games, but we'll get to that later. Until next time, thanks for watching, and remember, a winner is you.